I let my mother-in-law throw a birthday party for 30 people at my empty house. My mother-in-law Gloria had been driving me crazy since my son Oliver was born 10 months ago. Every week she showed up at my house without calling and walked in saying, "The crib needs to face north," then started moving all our furniture around. Last week she grabbed Oliver out of my arms while I was feeding him because she said I wasn't supporting his spine correctly. I was so mad I couldn't even speak. My husband just stood there watching, and later he told me, "She means well, honey." I wanted to throw something, but instead I told him, "She doesn't listen when I tell her to stop." He shrugged like it was no big deal. For months I just dealt with it and kept quiet because I thought it was better to avoid drama, but I was getting really tired of her crap, and she had no idea I was about to be done with all of this. Everything started falling apart 2 weeks before Oliver's birthday. Gloria posted 30 photos of Oliver online, and when I asked her to take them down, she said I was being paranoid. The next day, she brought peanut butter cookies for Oliver, who was only 10 months old. When I explained we hadn't tested him for allergies yet, she said allergies weren't real and tried to give him one. I grabbed the cookies and threw them in the trash, which made her face get red. She said, "How dare you?" then called my husband that night crying about how mean I was. I could hear her wailing through the phone. That Sunday at her dinner, things got worse because Gloria stood up in front of everyone and said, "I'm worried about Oliver because she doesn't do tummy time right and she doesn't read to him enough." Everyone stared at me and I was mortified. My sister-in-law pulled me aside later and told me Gloria had been calling everyone all week. She said, "She told them you have postpartum depression and you're neglecting Oliver." I couldn't believe she was spreading lies about me to my whole family. 3 days after that dinner, Oliver had a doctor appointment that I never told Gloria about. The receptionist called me because someone claiming to be me had already called to confirm. Gloria had pretended to be me on the phone, then showed up at the appointment and walked into the exam room. She told the doctor I wasn't feeding him properly, and the doctor looked angry when he said, "You need to leave right now or I'll call security." The next day, Gloria went to my husband's work and announced in front of all his co-workers, "I'm getting a lawyer for grandparent rights, and you have 1 week to make your wife behave." My husband came home looking shocked and said, "My mom has completely lost it. I'm so sorry." Finally, he understood what I'd been dealing with. Oliver's birthday was that Saturday, and I knew what I had to do. I texted Gloria, "You're right, you should plan Oliver's party on Saturday at 2 at our house." She texted back immediately, "Finally, I'll make it perfect." Then I made a group text with just my side of the family that said, "Real party is at the park by the lake at noon. Don't tell anyone else." Saturday at noon, Gloria texted, "Setting up at your house. This will be amazing." And I didn't answer. My husband looked nervous and asked if we were really doing this. I said, "She threatened lawyers, pretended to be me, and tried to give him peanuts. So yes, we're doing this." We both blocked her number and drove to the park, where Oliver's real party was perfect. He got cake all over himself and laughed the whole time while everyone sang happy birthday. Nobody criticized my parenting, and I could finally relax. Meanwhile, Gloria was at my empty house 40 miles away with 30 people she'd invited. At 2:30, my phone started getting texts from everyone, and my cousin drove by to send me pictures. Gloria was on my porch with a huge 3-layer cake, a photographer, and balloons everywhere. By 3, people were leaving, and by 4, almost everyone was gone. By 5, just Gloria was left sitting on my steps alone. My neighbor texted me that Gloria was pacing in my driveway, then looking in windows, then screaming into her phone. We stayed at my mom's house that night. Monday morning at 7, someone pounded on my mom's door. 2 people from child services stood there with Gloria behind them. She'd called them claiming we abandoned Oliver, and they said they needed to check on him immediately. Gloria pointed at me and said, "There she is, arrest her." I showed them Oliver eating breakfast in his high chair, perfectly happy and healthy. Then I showed them all the photos from our real party with timestamps. The investigator turned to Gloria and said, "Filing a false report is a crime." Gloria's face went white. Gloria got arrested for filing a false report. We got our restraining order that afternoon.